Welcome back to Master Your Ash. I'm your host, Michael Prisdale, and today I am going to pair the Drew Estate UF-13 Liga Privada. And this particular Liga, some say is the best Liga, with the Del Maguey. And this is the Albarradas, which is a single village mezcal. Going back to the UF-13 by Drew Estate, this particular cigar is in a Robusto size format, 5.5 by 52 ring gauge. The MSRP on it is $14, and it's normally found in 12-pack boxes, or 12-count boxes, for those of us out there watching. It is a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, and it is, a pretty rustic Connecticut broadleaf wrapper with a pigtail cap, a Brasilia Matafina binder, and a mixture of Nicaraguan and Honduran fillers. This debuted in the earlier 2000s with this pigtail cap on it. As I said, some people believe it to be the best Liga Privada that is out there. And it is part of not just the Drew Estate Liga Privada line, but it's part of what they call the Único line of Liga Privada, which Único series is written on the band. And Único series means that there's only one size format for this stick. So this particular blend was blended to this exact format, and it's the only cigar size for this particular blend, the UF-13 in Robusto. Kind of a fun little fact. Why are we pairing this with mezcal? Well, because number one, I don't believe that I've done a mezcal pairing, even though there have been tequila pairings out there before. Also, because the Del Maguey is where I've always wanted to start, because of the fact that I feel as though these single village mezcals are kind of the mezcals that Ron Cooper and everybody at Del Maguey kind of brought to the forefront of American culture and made sure that we were aware that this great product existed down south in Mexico. Also because of the fact that I was doing a little bit of research on the UF-13 Liga Privada, and one of the videos that I stumbled on, I'll link above, but it's the Mezcal Wizard, Joey Drew from Drew Estate, who co-hosts the Sticks and Sips show that I've been on personally with Frankie Dranks. And he was pairing Ardbeg, which is a really nice Islay Scotch whiskey, with the UF-13. And it's from about 7 or 8 years ago. So shout out to Joey Drew, the Mezcal Wizard from Drew Estate, and Sticks and Sips. This one's for you. Congratulations on 100 episodes, by the way, of Sticks and Sips. And I figured that what better way to incorporate mezcal and cigar pairings than with the Mezcal Wizard being the honorary mention. So, Santo Domingo. What does this mean? Well, this is a single village mezcal, and they make sure that at Del Maguey you understand exactly what the representation of that is in the artwork that's done for every single bottle, and also with kind of a little sub-story in the background. So Del Maguey brings you this collection of single village mezcals made in the lush remote mountains, plains, and valleys of Oaxaca, Mexico. Each mezcal is named for the village where it's made. Santo Domingo Albarradas has a high, light nose with a spice and tropical taste of long, dry, smooth finish. The Pueblo is mountainous next to the cloud forest, which is cool. Tropical microclimate. Del Maguey mezcals are twice distilled and unblended from 100% mature agave. Espadín and are produced. 500-year-old artisanal handcrafted way. No colorings, no chemicals, no additives ever. So one of the reasons why I chose the Santo Domingo was not just because Del Maguey and the fantastic story behind this particular mezcal, but also because, lo and behold, I've smuggled some old Rip Van Winkle Santo Domingo Albarradas to do a little kind of comparison with. So this is the same mezcal aged in pappy old Rip Van Winkle barrels. And you can kind of see that it's kind of like that gold straw pale color. Just to play around. The bottle is correct. Very light nose, not a ton of smoke. And like I said before, Joey's video where he paired the UF-13 with Ardbeg is one of the smokier Islay scotches in the world of smoky scotches. Ooh, nice. One of the reasons why I chose the Santo Domingo out of other Del Maguey lines is because it is 48% alcohol by volume, and I wanted that extra kind of kick in order to pair with the UF-13. Because this is actually next to the Dirty Rat as two of the strongest cigars that Drew Estate manufactures. But I want to keep in mind, or I want to talk about the fact that there's strength and body in cigars for the sake of strength and body, and then there's strength and body in cigars with balance. That's the beauty of the Liga Privada Único line, is that there's definitely strength to it. You can taste it on the cold draw. It's got that barnyard, very, very heavy kind of body, but it's very, very well balanced and nuanced. Some of my notes: earthy sweetness, heavy cocoa, rich leather on the initial pre-light, the cold draw, and the first third. Moving into the second third, there's this kind of cola, almost sassafras kind of flavor like a root beer, and then some really nice cedar and cinnamon components to it. The initial pre-light, there's more black pepper, white pepperiness, and then that just kind of transitions into that cinnamon kind of baking spice kind of note. And the beauty of this, as opposed to a Dirty Rat, because I've smoked them both, one day we'll do a Dirty Rat on the show, but the Dirty Rat, you can't really retrohale, especially during the first third of that cigar. It's just a monster. This, I feel as though body-wise, spice-wise, you can still kind of retrohale it and you won't start tearing up. Also with this, the Brazilian Mata Fina binder, it's so rich and complex that I really like the idea of having kind of both a barrel-aged and a non-barrel-aged mezcal to compare. The Alboradas has a lot of tropical fruit going on, not as much smoke, and that's kind of the interesting part. So just to kind of quickly dive into mezcal, for those of you that are unfamiliar, it's kind of like the brandy cognac comparison, right? All of the cognacs that are made start off as a brandy, so to speak, but only the ones that are made in the cognac region can call themselves cognac. With tequila and mezcal, every tequila that's made starts off as a mezcal, but only the tequilas that are actually produced in the Jalisco region of Mexico can call themselves tequila. There are a couple of outerlying regions outside of Jalisco that are slowly being added and incorporated, but the amount of volume that those tequilas are produced in, it's not really as significant anymore, or it's not really as significant right now. So like your major players, your Patrons, your Don Julios, all of those tequilas, your Casamigos of the world, those are all going to be Jalisco tequilas. Whereas with mezcal, you can produce mezcal anywhere in Mexico. Also, with tequila 100% de agave, it has to be made using the Blue Weber agave species, and there's over 150 different agave species that are out there. So with mezcal, you have the freedom to use espadín, like this particular bottle of Santo Domingo states that they utilize, or you can use multiple varieties. You can make a blend of varieties if you want. So with Mezcal, it just kind of, it frees up the area as long as it's in Mexico, and it frees up the type of Espadín or the type of Maguey that you're using, which is agave. Comparison-wise, I want to say that the old Rip Van Winkle, the barrel aging on the old Rip Van Winkle version, it has a little bit sweeter kind of notes from the barrel that help to complement kind of the dry alkaline quality of the cigar a little bit more. But the standard Santo Domingo Alboradas, this has kind of a refreshing, cleansing note. And more tropical fruit to it. You know, with the old Rip, and you don't see a ton of mezcals that are barrel aged, but the ones that are, they lose a little bit of that kind of tropical fruit essence, and this particular expression of mezcal is supposed to be more fruity, estery than it is smoky, right? So rather than match heavy full-bodied cigar with heavy full-bodied mezcal, I wanted, or something that's like super duper smoky like an Ardbeg, I really wanted that tropical underlying kind of note to come through with a little hint of smoke. And that's why I chose this, right? So there's more tropical note on the original than with the old Rip Van Winkle kind of barrel finished. And it just goes to show that, like, you can say, okay, well, we have a Pappy barrel that this is going into. It's fantastic. It's Pappy Van Winkle or it's old Rip Van Winkle, whatever. It's definitely a great expression by itself, but I really like kind of the extra little tropical fruit notes that are coming just out of the bottle.
Why did you have to smuggle it?
Well, I had to smuggle it because I wasn't allowed to take the bottle with me. And I had an extra little, bottle to siphon some off with. So I said, hey, let me take a couple of shots with me and, I'll just keep it back for friends or for special events. Little did I know that I would be on YouTube doing cigar reviews, a few years later. But anyway, so I smuggled, a good little portion of the bottle and, took that with me. But that brings up a good point. So Del Maguey, Santo Domingo Alboradas, this you can find for a little under $100 a bottle, maybe like 70s-ish. The old Rip Van Winkle, if you can find it, good luck out there. But the old Rip Van Winkle finish probably be upwards of $120 nowadays, if not more. And I mean, $70 a bottle. The UF-13's at $14 when you can find them, right? These are a little bit of a harder pairing to come by, but it is possible. And you don't have to get your first bottle of Del Maguey and pair it with the UF-13. I think that mezcals pair very, very well with cigars. So try out some of the other Connecticut broadleaf cigars that you have with one of these really nice kind of tropical mezcals that isn't crazy about their smoke, and see how it treats you. I think that it's a phenomenal pairing. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, as that helps grow this community and grow this channel. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at MasterYourAsh, and please feel free to sign up for our newsletter. You can reach out to us on Instagram or our website, MasterYourAsh.com, and I will see you next time for another cigar and mezcal pairing and review.